Hello, I'm Risa Fairus from TBIB. On this occasion, I'd like to give you one explanation about the silent way. Definition: silent way is a method of teaching language developed by a linguist named Caleb Gettichno in 1972. Silent way is an approach to initial reading teaching where sound is symbolized by a certain code. Because of their use of a certain code, teachers are expected to use sounds to a minimum, while students are motivated to speak as much as possible. In the silence way, there are several elements used, which are colored card and colored genealogical linear bar graphs. Purpose: the common purpose of silent way is from language learning to be found in learning the native language with target language, correct pronunciation, and emphasis on mastering the target language process. Whereas the specific purpose is to provide students with practical knowledge of the basics of grammar, from students who study their own. Learning and teaching activities. The teaching learning activities in silent way have the function of encouraging a student's response orally without direct instruction from the teacher. A basic method is simply to learn language in which a teacher sets an example of words, phrases, or phrases. The student responds accordingly. Card and other items can be used to elicit a student response. Teacher respond in the form of commands, questions, visual cues that are the basic from the class activities. Lesson contributions. Silent way is known for its unique traits. The teaching material are a set of colored beams, codes, vocabulary cards, pointers that are all used to describe the real relationship between sounds and meaning in the target language. The class often uses the card in the original language and the color code naturally. Next time, the student set the color with the corresponding voice. The teacher used the pointer to show the student the symbol of the voice produced. Student contribution. Gettichno sees language learner as a process of growing personal growth from student knowingly, and is a challenge for them. Students can develop personalities, autonomy, and responsibility. Students must realize that their accurate skill are self-sustaining and must realize that using a language is useful in learning a new language. Teacher contribution. Teacher silence maybe are rare things. For most language teacher, it is traditionally trained that demands all aspects of silence way. Gettichno say that the teacher to learn, thus mean to teacher's role in silence way is not critical. Gettichno foresaw that using silence way called change the teacher's perception of them. Civic definition the teacher's duty in silence way as follow: A. For teaching, B. For testing, C. To get a way out. Teachers are performing an evaluation immediately and are done quickly in monitoring one another fellow student, even leaving the room at the time students are learning the language. The advantage. The duties and activities in this method serve to encourage and build a student's response. Then in this case, the class becomes activities. 2. Educating to concentrate on lesson materials as well as required students always make an effort to study on their own. Third, since no corrections is possible if a student has made an error and no information is given, then the student is encouraged to make his own analogies by making his own conclusion and rules of the ones of trained them in jumping to conclusion and decisions. Flow of silence way. The silence way allow learner the freedom to determine choice in the situation presented. This way impresses that learners can master learning situation, but in reality, teachers who are still actively involved in this teacher-centered process. 2. If examined carefully, silence way is used for first-rate students give only syllable material and mid contraction of simple sentence, while reading and making things up may seem difficult to teach with these methods. Third, as the concept of silent way explains, guiding students to active fluency of almost the same language as native speaker requires that they be concert, intonation, rhythm, and pausing of varied language. The teaching learning outlined by this method seems to offer no guarantee of achieving the goals. Maybe that's all. I'm sorry if there been a lot of mistakes. Thank you.